ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mark Isaac Potter, and this is another episode of In Our Community. We're visiting today with the owner of Prosperity Advisors, and I really like that name, Prosperity Advisors. The man's name is Carl Christopher. We're going to be doing a series of shows, probably not more than 5,000 or 6,000. I'm trying to get him to smile, but he's not going to smile. And I told him he's a TV virgin, so we have to be very gentle during this first show because he wants to keep postponing the show he wanted to do the first show in 2007, I think. I don't remember. So, Carl, do you now see that my show is very relaxed and we try to be funny and all that?
Yes, Mark, thank you.
All right, so you're the owner of Prosperity Advisors,
Yes, sir.
and your contact information is going to be right there on the screen for the audience. I'm interested in you yourself as a human being. Where were you born? Where'd you grow up? What's your education? And what the heck brought you to do this kind of work, this Prosperity Advisors work? So that whole thing should take most of the show right there. So I don't have to say anything. I'm going to leave. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
Well, I did grow up in California, mostly all Southern California and the Central Valley.
Okay.
Was married, had 4 children.
Okay.
Moved out of state, finally, to Texas. And that's where I'm here. And it's what started me on my mission of why I'm doing Prosperity Advisors now.
Okay. And we want to point out this is going to be an educational program. This is his Carl's heart, as he will speak to it later, is really a heart for educating people about their financial situation and how to improve it as best they can with the resources they have. So Carl, you grew up in California, you moved to Texas. I hear you're near Lubbock, is that right?
That's correct. Yep.
Okay. And how did you come to be doing Prosperity Advisors?
There's the mission.
I know already. I just want the audience to know.
Right. Well, so when I moved from California, I had retired right before moving.
Okay.
And I had a pension and some 401k, all the kind of normal stuff, and had planned and calculated and figured everything was going to be fine.
Okay.
And a few years into retirement was like, oops, a couple things I forgot or didn't calculate.
All right.
Number one thing being taxes.
Okay.
Didn't plan on paying 30% in taxes.
Okay.
And then the other one is inflation. My figures, and most people's are, they make a plan, hopefully when they're a little bit younger, like I was.
Right.
And they figure their calculations on that day, kind of, whenever they exactly do it. Say they're 30 years old. And they make a calculation, it's their number, but as an example, they go, if I had $500,000, I would be fine. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so you go with that plan, you save your money, you invest, you do different things, so you get there. You have, say, the 500,000 in savings, much like I did.
Right.
And you retire, and then you start drawing that out of your accounts, what have you. And like I say, that check that you were expecting, say it's 5,000 a month.
Right.
they go, oh, 30% Uncle Sam takes away. And then,
Right, exactly.
oops, you made this $500,000, 5,000 a month was going to work for you when you were age 30, but now you're age 65, 35 years later. And oops, inflation, 500,000, you could say 2 or 3% per year,
At
30
least, yeah.
years. That's
Last
like,
year was 10, yeah.
yeah, so that's
Yeah.
like 60% gone. So 30 and 60 is 90. So it leaves you 10%. And so
Ah,
it was a personal hard lesson, and I don't want anybody else to go through this. That doesn't have to. I mean, like you said, you only have a certain amount of resources, but
yeah,
I want to help people that have any bit of money they can put away.
right,
Something, the smartest things you can do. I just want to educate people on the things that are out there, because there's a lot of products out there that work. I mean, there's thousands really.
right.
I deal with about five, but
Okay,
but I can talk about the rest, so.
okay. Now, what do you feel like makes you? I know my own answer for this, but I want to hear first what you want to say, and then I'll say my part. What do you feel makes you different than other people that are in investments and in prosperity and go about it in the way of financial education? Not very many do, but there are some who do. Okay, my alarm's going off. Go ahead. Hey, hello. Tell me your name again, young man.
Grace.
Grayson.
Grayson, you're wonderful. You know that? How many brothers and sisters do you have, Grayson?
I only have one brother.
Okay.
Two sisters. Right.
They're deciding whether or not he has two sisters. He might not. We don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
They,
cool.
they, they live out of state, so he doesn't see
Yeah.
them.
Grayson, tell me what grade are you in?
I'm about to be in third summer break.
Third grade?
Mhm.
Okay, very beautiful. That's right. Now, is your brother older than you or younger?
Way older.
Way older, like 500 years older or?
I'm only 8. He's like
You're wonderful. You're wonderful.
35.
All right, young man, let us get back to our work. We care about you, Grayson. He is divine. He's a wonderful kid.
Mhm.
You're a charming, charming father.
Oh,
So, yeah,
The,
what do you
the
feel like makes
education,
you different from other people in the financial field who use the approach of financial education like you're doing?
I don't know of many, that are doing it. I do, know of a couple folks that
Okay.
are, pretty popular on social media, what have you.
Okay.
But, I'd say 99% of the people in my particular field
Right.
are wanting to quote, sell you something today.
Yeah. No, I have become so repulsed with people shoving stuff down my throat. It's just
So
so, yeah.
I'm here to educate people,
Right.
to set up what the idea is to set up a consulting time with me that works for both of us. And everybody has a unique individual issue or questions or problems.
Right.
And that's what I hone in on and give them the best education I can. Now, if one of the products that I do sell or represent happens to fit their needs and they understand it, and that's the kind of, a lot of people preach that, like, oh, don't confuse them and tell them everything. Just tell them what they want to hear, basically.
Oh Lord.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
not
I'm like, I
well,
really,
and yeah,
can't do that in good conscience.
this is what I've noticed about you in what I call the pre-production meetings that we had on the phone. Your heart for helping people is so profound. I mean, it's even more profound than the way you're expressing it now. I wanted to capture on film some of our earliest meetings because you were just pouring out your heart about how you need to help people. It's really very beautiful. And it's one of the reasons I'm helping you with this stuff. So, all right. So you said that you do 5 main areas of financial consulting, let's say. Now, this is just our very first show, so everything here is an overview.
Mhm.
So can you give us a small overview of each one? And for my sake, I have a learning disability, so for my sake, can you make the overview rather simple?
I can
There's
try.
there's 5 things you said, right?
Well, don't quote me on the 5, might be a couple, but
Might be 6.38.
right. The consulting can range from the very basics of a budget, family budget, retirement planning overall, what you need, what you think you need for
Okay,
a retirement fund, a dollar amount, usually people,
right,
something they can put on. And then the vehicles or policies or products that can get you there, and generally speaking, is first one is called an annuity. And
okay. Now what is an annuity?
annuity is something that you put your money into it's generally a life insurance company, and it's a contract, and they promise you a fixed interest rate. Sometimes there's variable interest rates. That's something we can decide on later, but right now, the couple that I work with are giving a 10% bonus, they call it. So if one thing that works very well is people that have an old 401k with an old employer,
Right,
they can roll that over into this annuity and get their guaranteed interest rate and a 10% bonus to boot to start off with. And then you can utilize the annuity different ways in that you can take out, say, 10% a year if that's what you want to do, and you'll exhaust it possibly, or we design it and come up with a number, but you can have a guaranteed for life income. It much
okay,
like,
so you're living off the interest, basically. That kind
yeah,
of,
the insurance companies figures that out, and they
yeah,
come up with a number based on how much you put in. They promise you so much a year, say from age 65 on, and there's
yeah.
no limit.
Okay, so I have tons of questions, and sometimes I'm gonna apologize in advance because sometimes I'll need to interrupt you in order to remember the questions.
Mhm.
But for example, one question is, what are the annuities invested in? Are they in a money market? Are they in CDs? Do you know what they're invested in?
There's a wide range, and it's
Okay,
something I can go over with the client, what they're comfortable with, maybe what they're not
okay.
comfortable with.
So they get some choice.
Oh, yes.
Okay,
And that's what I like to do. That's what I feel my mission, my passion is. And
right.
I mean, as much as people want to know, some people just don't want to know.
No, I understand. Yeah. So what is the rate of return on the annuity? Do we get different percentages or what?
Yeah, right now, the bonus, like I said, is 10%, and
I don't know how they can give anybody 10% of that just
well,
doesn't make any
because
sense to me. I don't,
and well, they're pretty smart people. I mean, that's one thing I want to point out with at least the life insurance companies I work with, all the companies I work with, which is well over 70 different companies.
Okay,
All of them that I work with, I can't say all of them, but
most.
at least most have been around for over 100 years.
Okay,
So they're pretty smart with their money, and so they don't promise
right.
anything they can't deliver.
All right, good. Okay, so that's
But
one of them is the annuity. What's another?
no. Another one would be there's two different things there's two different names, two different products, and a lot of people get them mixed up. But there's infinite banking or becoming your own bank. And the infinite banking utilizes what they call whole life, and the infinite banking the becoming your own bank utilizes an IUL, indexed universal life policy.
Okay. Back up the truck. Oh my God.
Yeah,
There's
this is,
about five, it's about 5 or 6 things literally that you said that I have no idea what you're talking about. And I'm glad I have a learning disability because it breaks it down more simply for the audience. So of all the things you said, if you start at the beginning, tell me the first one that there was like 5 things in there that I've never heard of before.
right, and
What did
most people haven't.
what give me the first one of the 5 and tell me what it is. And we're on number 2 of 5. So now we're in 2.1 and 2.2 and all that. So what did you just say anyway?
Simply put, there are two different ways of leveraging your money.
Okay. All right. So what is one of the two?
Okay, we can start with what I say is maybe you could say the safer or more guaranteed method is the infinite banking, utilizing what they call whole life.
Okay. Now, when you say I used to sell life insurance back 300 or 400 years ago. I've never heard of infinite banking. What is infinite banking, first of all?
Well, in both cases, but we're talking about the whole life
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
In both cases, though, it's where you become your own bank.
You become your own bank?
Yeah.
How in God's name is that possible? I
Well, see, this is my mission,
don't.
going back, yeah, going back to the beginning.
You become your own bank. How is that possible? It seems like you've maybe a lot of regulation, a lot of starting a company, a lot of raising money to be a bank. Can you spend
What
a
would,
goodly amount of time telling us what becoming your own bank means?
well, basically, in a nutshell, you put $100 in
To
your
what?
bank.
To
Well,
what?
it would be in a whole life policy. Okay, so you have life insurance. Okay, that's
Okay.
who it's with. So you're dealing the number one company that I work with has been around, I think, 138 years. So again, very smart, very stable, top rated everywhere.
Yeah. Okay. So you put $100 into this company, and then what?
Well, and I'm using that just as a dollar figure, right? But you put $100 in, they
Right.
take out probably $7 to cover the insurance.
Right.
$93 then goes into quote your bank, or they call it your cash value.
Okay. Now I've heard of the word cash value.
Right.
So it becomes, all right. So goes into your cash value. And that, in a sense, is you could say your savings account or something.
You could. It's your bank, and how much money you have in your bank.
Now, do you put a certain amount in every month, or you just put it
Yes.
in when you can afford to, or what?
Well, there are different ways to do it. Primarily, you want to do it on a no more than an annual basis. But most people elect the monthly.
Okay. And what's a common monthly amount?
Well, this does, as with 99% of all life insurance, it does deal with the person's age and their medical health.
Okay, so
So
is it determined by the insurance company how much you put in or what?
no, well, all the insurance company is worried about, and you'll hear a term called max funding. So here's the difference with that. So the insurance company, for example, for your typical 30-year-old male, they need a minimum of $25 a month.
Okay,
For somebody your or my age, they might need $125 a month.
right,
Okay, so that covers the cost of insurance.
okay,
The more you put in, like say the 30-year-old that only needs $25, but they put in the 100, then that means $75 basically goes to their
cash
cash
value,
value or
bank
the bank
value,
account.
okay, okay. All
Now
right,
you can increase that. I get technical with other terms, but that's generally speaking what the way it
okay,
works.
and you can, and my understanding is you can borrow against that money later, and is it interest free or not?
There's different there's different loans, but
Okay,
most of them, especially with the whole life, is they call it positive arbitrage, where you borrow it at 2%, but you're getting paid 4%. So it's a positive arbitrage of 2%
okay,
on the amount you borrow.
right, oh, yeah, yeah, not on the entire thing, okay, all right. So we're not too close. We're 2 or 3 minutes away. We got a little bit of time
Well,
left.
one thing keep in mind with that is when you take a loan on your money from your bank,
Right,
there's no credit checks, there's no income ratio checks,
right.
there's no FBI, CIA tax, um, check. You want the money, it's your money, your bank,
Yeah,
borrow it. You
okay.
can borrow, the different carriers vary, but around 90% is safe. But you
So
can borrow,
if you were a young couple and you got into this early enough, you could be saving for the kids' college, for example.
you can use, it's your bank. You can use the money any way you want. If you want to buy a car, cash, save the interest. If you want to pay college fund, there you go. If you want to take
Yeah,
a trip around the world or something, there you
yeah, yeah.
go. But
Okay,
all the
so
loans are tax free. That's
oh,
the
nice.
real secret sauce to this.
Yeah, good.
So, so
Okay,
you
good,
save
good, good.
30% right there.
Okay, so I had a question. I didn't interrupt you fast enough. Tell, do you do do you do a free consultation in the beginning or not?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the very beginning.
Do you do a free consultation for people in
Yes.
the beginning?
My consultations are always free and the client never pays me directly anything. If they decide after getting the education and it could be 3 or 4 or 5 sessions, doesn't matter.
You can't do that. You won't make any money doing
Um,
that.
I'm, I'm on
Okay,
I'm on
maybe I made a mistake with having this guy on the show. I'm
no,
not
no,
sure.
no, no. I'm on a mission from the Lord and
All right,
that's,
boss.
that's,
Okay,
like you said, that's where my heart's at.
okay.
I'm okay, I don't need to,
No,
make
no, I
$1
know you're
million.
fairly well set. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we're getting close to the end here. I want to say something. I just got to know Carl maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, a month ago, through a mutual group called Alignable. And I personally think he's a delight. He's somebody I feel we can trust, which is one of the reasons I'm having him on the show. This show is a community access show, so we can only say educational things. I'm not allowed to do a call to action. But I just want you to know that we're going to do a series in which Carl is going to come on and tell us about different aspects of financial education, trying to save money for retirement, all those kind of things. And ladies and gentlemen, this has been In Our Community. We've been visiting today with Mr. Carl Christopher of Prosperity Advisors out of Texas, and he does operate in a lot of states, including California. I'm of course Mark Isaac Potter, like I've been for more than 2 weeks. No, I'm kidding. And we'll see you next time, folks. Take care, please. All right, bye-bye. Thanks, Carl.
Thank you, Mark.